What's up, guys? Excalibur here. I have a actually quick minute to go over. I have a daily recap. Haven't done one in a while. My son had a procedure on Monday, so he's just been really needy and wanted to be held. So I've just been, taking care of him. But easier show on Spy. Here's our breakout area. This green box. Now here's one touch, 2, 3. Broke above yesterday, and what bulls need to do, buyers needed to hold this area. They did a pretty good job. Let's extend this a little farther for tomorrow. And sellers need to hold 415.64. If you take it to the daily, you can see where that 416.64 comes from the high of this pivot where we had a huge, pretty huge sell-off right there. Just overall, nothing super crazy going on. ES, we kind of had like a triangle going, wasn't really looked good. And we had like kind of this, we popped up over it a little bit, nothing really special. And we just had this uptrend, which I'm kind of watching for overnight futures. But the only thing I really saw was, go to the 3 hour on ES, you could tell our high, supply, a doji supply is always a good one right here. We were able to sell off here. We came back, price came back up here, basically almost touched it. Had like a few cents to go. And, we had a 15-point sell off. That was a pretty nice short on futures, but I wasn't really looking at the market when all this was going down. But, overall, just, you got a daily candle, pretty fourth doji. We did break the highs, but, we did have a doji. Usually, let's look back on where we have dojis. Doji there, doji there. Kind of a doji here. So, doji here. So, previous doji there. Previous doji seems to seem like a reversal is coming, but everyone thinks we kind of might have one little more leg in this little bear market rally. Yeah, we are still in a bear market according to NQ. We are still like 21, 22% down from all-time highs, which is a recent high. NQ was just a little bit more easier to see on this triangle. We just had a pronounced, higher lows, lower highs. This one kind of broke above. Was a nice, I took a long on futures here, was nice. You had that breakout, sold breakout, bought back in into the retest, had a nice little push up on that retest. Couldn't really alert much futures because it was super choppy. And by the time I'd get out, alert it, and you get out, you're kind of stuck in the trade. Because with futures, we're not messing around with futures, so that's why I don't like to alert quick scalps. Oil, starting to go over oil because I've been trading oil. Oil just collapsed. Look at this thing. I started shorting it at 101.04, which is previous pivot here. You can tell we wicked it, came down, had a nice little double rejection as supply, just continuing to go down. Pretty simple right there. Sell that. I had 89.90 as my PT, but we are well below that. VIX, we had a pretty solid sell-off on VIX today, or down day on VIX. We still haven't tapped my personal demand. I know a lot of people have different demands. I have the daily right here. But, we are still in this triangle. I don't think we should, NQ still in bear market and we're at 21. Honestly, it does not really make any sense to me. And whatnot. Apple, I saw kind of like, you kind of tell the sell-off was coming a little bit if you were watching Apple along with with ES and SPY. Apple was definitely very weak. off the bat right here, you go to SPY today. SPY had a bounce up, bounce up. You look at Apple. Apple had a weak bounce up, weak bounce up. SPY almost got, SPY got a new high. Right there and almost touched the bodies of that one. You could just look at Apple. Apple's way down here. Apple should have bounced up to here. So, when Apple showing weakness, Amazon started showing weakness. But Amazon took off kind of midday. But Apple, I did alert, kind of watched this without extended on. One hour, upper wick, sell off, wick came back up, touched it. Could have made a few pennies, but of course, wasn't really watching the market. Sometimes it's just good. Like today, I took my Nvidia loss, and I was like, every time I wanted to look into a play, I thought to myself, am I forcing this play? And a lot of times, yes, I was trying to force a play, trying to force a little, revenge trading to get back from that Nvidia loss. So that's why I just decided just to go on Amazon. I just stopped watching the charts. It's just a good time to do that. Some days it's just good to do that. AMD just went. This thing's gone full beast mode. We had 100 swings in 2 weeks still. They're in the money. We are hitting a daily supply. I was debating on grabbing a put on this. Right here, we kind of have a little daily supply here. We haven't hit, but then we have a rally base drop, and then we have a drop base drop, and we're hitting that drop base drop right now. But didn't really want to mess with it because this candle is just straight beast mode. You don't want to really step in front of a speeding train, as I like to say. So I kind of didn't look at that. Amazon almost touching at 144. There's your we have this one right here, but it didn't really care about this gap down. Gap down demands. I kind of moved it over here, but just like a lot of stocks, Amazon just thing's been super strong. I'm not really looking to short things long term yet. I want to see what happens. Except for Google, I want to short Google, but Google, nothing special. Meta, rejected that. I was watching this breakout area. I kind of wanted to break out again and test it. It's like 172. If we see more upside in tech, kind of see like that, almost same exact thing happened over here. You tell, look at that movement we had. So hopefully we could break above that 172. We did break above 169, but really not much going on. Microsoft, I wanted to go long on it. Look at this. Turn on extended. Right here, you just have a nice resistance. So, I'm watching 283.50, see if we could possibly continue up. We do have data in the morning, so who knows, maybe see like this tomorrow and whatnot. Gonna keep an open mind. I hate trading Friday, so I'm trying to keep an open mind. Nvidia right here, just an overall weakness. See that bounce right here? Not really good bounce, stronger sell-off than most of the market. This was just looking super weak, and all of a sudden I just decided to push out of nowhere. I had to cut. But we are kind of, in the top of this flag. So just watch that, kind of our uptrend. It's getting a little exhausted up here. Not really big movement the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days. We've only had a 6% move. Not bad. And then Tesla, you could tell Tesla was weak off the bat. Actually tapped. I think I charted this up later in the day. Yeah, right here, this 1 hour. Yeah, 2 hour too. Yeah, 2 hour doji. Right here, we pushed up here, came back down, actually topped it really well. I really don't watch Tesla that much anymore just because premiums are too inflated still. And whatnot. But Tesla had their vote for their stock split and it was approved. So, definitely keep that on focus tomorrow. Wow, that's nuts. Coin was kind of the big talk of the day pre-market. Just shot up with news. Didn't really do anything after shop. I think it kind of sold off a little bit. Yeah, sold off a little bit. That's one of those things where you have this big move, you're up huge. This is where I just tell people sell at open. You can't. It did. I think it got halted. Yeah, you can make more money, but like, if you want to do something, take like a quarter of your profits. If you're up way big on an option contract, I saw like 64,000%. Take a quarter of that profit and roll it to a later date. That's what I tell people to do. So you lock in 3/4. You lock in pretty sweet gains on that. You just roll. You see, it came down. Good $30. That could have killed a contract. But you're 2 weeks out, and you're like, you sell down here. You're not as big of a loss as if you're holding that original contract. But that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully, I can wake up a little bit earlier tomorrow and actually be attentive for pre-market prep. But also, my son's still struggling overnight, through the night. That's why I like to sleep in. But y'all have a great rest of your night. Tomorrow's Friday. Let's finish the week strong. Pretty slow week. Just had one move. But, CPI data next week. So our move's coming. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your night.